Resume recording. Okay. Welcome, everybody. So today we are going to dive in on something really powerful. This is probably going to trigger many of you. We're going to work on money, debt, like all the limitations in your mind around money, debt, and not being able to get paid for your services. And so this is something that I've worked with entrepreneurs over the past 7-8 years on. And it's probably one of the most charged subjects out there. And this one people don't want to admit, but we're going to hit some things and we're going to change some things. So this is going to be awesome. I've compiled a list where we're all going to contribute to. So I'm going to share a Google Doc right now. I made it editable. Please don't erase the whole thing. That would suck. So go all the way down to the bottom and I'm going to have you guys add on certain phrases that we're going to work through over the course of the next hour, hour and a half or so. Okay, let me put this in the chat box. See if that works. Click on that link in the chat box and it should bring up a Google Doc with a ton of like phrases, some of them positive, some of them negative. Did anybody get access to that? Yeah, cool, Rosa. All right, sweet. Okay, so some of these phrases you might not like. Some of these phrases you're going to be like, oh, that's horrible. Like why would you want to say something like that? That's the whole point. If it causes you negativity or causes you anything upset inside of you, or even like repulsive, like that wouldn't apply to me, that shows that there's obviously something inside of you that is either pushing away or holding on to some form of that frequency or resonance towards those words. So what we're going to do today is a group alignment. And this one's going to be a little bit different. Basically, what we're going to go through today, instead of doing like a full alignment where we go through organs and glands and chakras and inhibitors and enablers, what we're doing today, instead of redefining or doing the definition piece, we're actually going to do it's a process where you outline a bunch of negative affirmations or a bunch of positive affirmations, and we're going to voice them while doing the alignment technique. Now, for those of you brand new to this, first off, who's new to this? Who has no idea what the heck we're doing on here? You're like not done anything with me. Anybody new, just put it in the chat box if so. Totally cool if so. Just kind of give me an idea. If you're new, just say I'm new. If you're not new, put it in the chat box and say, hey, I'm good. I've been here. I'm like excited. Let's do this. So somebody said on iPhone, brand new. Cool. Been around for a while, Amy. Awesome. Very cool. All right. So some of the newbies, let's just give some context before diving in. Okay. This technique, you might be wondering, how is this different from EFT or body code or other methods of affirmations and all that? The main difference here is what we're doing is I'm looking to eliminate or align the addicted and allergic responses that occur in our bodies. Based on all of our past perceptions, the words that we use, so if we go through life and something around money or debt, which is what we're going to work on today, has caused us any fear, any anxiety, any disconnection, any pain, what we're doing today is we are stimulating that pain, like bringing it to a head, and then using what's called the abundance alignment technique, which is tapping on the forehead, going down to the back of the neck, breathing into the nose, out to the mouth 3 times, panting 3 times, and smiling. That's the essence of it while tapping. Though how this works is in essence this. Imagine you drop a big boulder in a lake. What happens? A wave, right? So these words that we're going to be using, like this whole page of all these different phrases, some of them are positive, some of them are negative. But if your body, not just subconscious or conscious, but if your body parts, your cells, your organs, every part of you, if it's had some sort of negative experience tied to that word, like money or debt or making or God or whatever it might be, then when that word is spoken, it's as if a rock is dropped and creates this frequency or this ripple, this response. Most people, it's a fight or flight response. So if they have an allergic reaction, they are fighting that thing. So they're like, hey, I want to make money. Money's great. I'm a money magnet. Yay. But in reality, if they have a negative feeling or something associated to money, it's literally like dropping a rock in your pond and it's like, money sucks. And it could be whatever interpretation you have. So the key here is as you're tapping, breathing, smiling, imagine dropping the rock and then dropping hundreds of little rocks around it. What happens is it neutralizes and puts it into a state of balance, a state of peace. So that's in essence what we're doing when we're tapping with the breath work and the smiling at the end. We are causing micro traumas inside of us to counter the macro trauma that has occurred due to the negative definitions that we hold on to. And in essence, it aligns. So it's literally like saying that no longer has its effect on me. If it was programmed in your body to create that drop, that wave, now when you address it and align, it turns it off and says, I don't need that anymore. It's not serving me. I can totally be at choice now. I'm at cause over these things. So what have we seen this work on? Well, I did alignments on people who have literally, like Dr. Eric, doubled his income in 30 days, making $30,000 outside the norm and maintaining that month to month to month, to other entrepreneurs like Paul, who got out of severe back pain, couldn't even sit in an airplane at an event, was able to shift, and he got out of this severe back pain that cost him thousands of dollars in trying to fix, to manifesting within 1 week after over $60,000 outside the norm. To other people who are just starting to be able to have $500 land on their porch within 2 days after shifting, to getting a new job, to changing glaucomas in eyes, and to being able to finally feel free again, get rid of depression, remove tumors, all sorts of crazy stuff. So disclaimer, I don't know what's going to happen for you, and I don't promise that anything will happen to you. You've got to do it. So if you don't do it, you're not going to get anything. If you just watch passively, you're just going to be like, this sucks, and it's just going to make things worse, because you're not going to get any benefit if you don't do this. In fact, you probably should leave, because it's just going to stimulate stuff. So the point of this is to completely align. We're not going to have to dive deep into stories, which is awesome. We're not just getting root causes, which is awesome. We're not just doing it through repetition and passion, which is awesome. We are doing this through a state of alignment by neutralizing allergies and addictions. And in doing so, you can be in a state of peace and at choice, okay? The point of alignment is to align with purpose. Align with what? Purpose. So you want to take action on things. So if you are in a state where you're not taking action on something you need to, hopefully by the time we're done today, you will want to move. You will move without the hesitation, without the fear. This is not a magical bullet. This is not a wave the magic wand, sit and do nothing in a cave, and poof, everything shows up in your lap. Although sometimes that stuff happens. It's super cool. But most people, they need to do stuff. I do a lot. So when I align, it's aligned with purpose. Okay? With that, we need to set a couple ground rules. Number one, we need to set a high level of respect for this group session, especially since it's open to the public and new people here. We have a lot of different beliefs, a lot of different religious views, a lot of different past pains that people have experienced. So can I just get an agreement that everyone will respect everyone else's opinions, how they communicate, that you'll just be okay with whatever happens today, and that you'll hold that space so that we can have transformation. If you're good with that, put it in the comments and say, yeah, I'm good. Or if you're on video, thumbs up, hot wave, cool. Awesome. Yes, 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 absolutely, yep. Cool, very cool. Thanks for honoring that, because that's super important in transformation work, okay? The other piece is let's have some fun. I know this could be really, this is a really deep subject for some people. For others, you're gonna just love it and it's gonna be super powerful. So for this, I'm just gonna encourage you to have fun. And if it feels heavy, align. right? There's a reason why you feel heavy about this, because it's got weight to it. So if you align, then the heaviness goes away and you can actually smile, you can be happy, you can work through crap, you can dive in the dumpster and be okay, you can get out and into the light, be okay, everything's all cool. So if we can have fun, give me a big smile, big emoji or whatever you can do in the chat box. Sweet, very cool. Smile written out, awesome, love it. Yay, okay, very cool. And with that, if you have questions, I'm gonna do a little bit of coaching here and there, but if it's on a different topic, I probably won't address it, just so that we can get through today and really have the best experience, okay? Those who do have questions, be sure and put it in the chat box, and yeah, that'll be good. Cool, so with that, let's dive in. You guys ready and excited? Yeah? All right, let's kick it off. And before we do, I just want to know, where are y'all from? Real quick, type in the chat box where you're from. I know some of you where you're from, but those who are new and those who haven't really known where you're from: Utah, Ocala, Idaho, Gilbert, Arizona, California, St. George, Salt Lake, South Dakota, Hawaii, Utah, Virginia, Salt Lake City, Chicago, Texas, San Diego, New Jersey, New York City, Colorado, everywhere. We got them all over. So very cool. Battleground, Portland, all the fires. Yeah, where all the fires are. Hope you stay safe. Okay, here we go. You guys ready? So everybody bring up the document. I'm going to bring that up too. This is going to be a little different than we've done before. I started writing them out, and then it took me like 10 minutes to get through 6 phrases, and I was like, nah, forget this. We're just going to share a document. So this is going to be much easier for me. All right, let me pull up my document wherever it went. Here it is. Okay.
Oh.
Now, also, if you have questions, be sure and unmute yourself, ask the question, and then mute yourself again so there's no background noise, okay? So I'll just mute everybody right now until we have it. I'll post the link again for everybody who just joined. Here's the link. Okay, so there's the link. Be sure and grab that document. Now, let me see if I can share my screen. Where's my share button? Somewhere, here it is. Okay, here we go, guys. Can you guys see the screen as well? Yeah? Okay, all right. These are money and debt affirmations. If you're used to personal development, you tend to avoid negative affirmations. Well, I'm going to burst your bubble. We dive into negative affirmations because it's not about positive or negative. It's about your interpretation to those things. So you could have a positive affirmation like, I love having $10,000 come into my life every month, or 30,000 or whatever. But if some part of you is allergic to that phrase, it's actually a negative phrase. You could also have a really negative phrase like, I'm super stuck and my life sucks and nothing's gonna work and I'm in debt and I hate my life. And your body actually responds positively to that because it's addicted to it. So you could be addicted to something really negative, holding on to it, and allergic to what you want. The goal of what we're gonna do is to neutralize those and put you in a state of complete alignment and balance. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay. All right, so let's dive in. As we go through this, what we're gonna do is go ahead and compile at the bottom here any other limiting beliefs, or whether positive or negative, concerning money or debt or why you can't sell something. If it's not on there, feel free to put it in right here, okay? And
Tyler?
Yeah.
Are you recording?
That's a good question.
I thought I'd ask that now.
I think I am. Pause share. Let's see. Let me see. Stop share.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, you are.
I'm recording. I am recording.
Okay.
Thanks for asking. Because sometimes.
Can you post the link again on the doc?
Yeah. Would somebody be okay copy pasting that link and putting it in the chat box for everybody again, so that we can Get that to everybody? Okay. So in this, what our goal is right now I want you to rate yourself. Thinking financially about how well off you are, that you feel like you could do anything financially you want, that if you needed to go start another business, you could hit multiple six figures like that. Like super easy, boom, I could go do whatever I want, no resistance. No resistance would be a 0. So like you're totally on your game, everything works out financially, like like that knowing sensation, like you could do whatever you want, make as much as you want, set the goal and get the goal. 0 being no resistance. 10 being, that's a freaking lie. There's no way on planet Earth this is going to happen. Like so much resistance, like chains and feeling heavy. 10 being the worst, 0 being no resistance at all. Where would you rate it? Okay. So just start with a rating, because as we go through this, the rating should change. Now, as we do this, we're going to state things. And here's how it goes. So let's say we start with a positive phrase like, my debt does not define me. So I would start and I'd say out loud, my debt does not define me. And I'm going to tune in physically to any and all resistance towards that statement or tension that might occur. For those of you who are not used to your tuning into your feelings, this might take some time to get used to, but it's practice. You can get better if you choose to. So tune in. When you speak the words, my debt does not define me, you may feel some sort of tension somewhere. You might not feel anything. That's cool. If you don't, that's all right. But some of these will stimulate some sort of physical reaction. As we go through this, when you speak it, tap where you feel the resistance. So let's say I say, my debt does not define me. And I feel like that's a total lie. Like it's like, oh, this sucks. And I feel tension, or like my shoulder gets tight or whatever. So I'm going to tap on those points, and you can jump around if you feel multiple tension spots. And if you're coordinated enough, you're going to do this. So you're going to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. While thinking, my debt does not define me. 3 times. And then pant. And then smile. Okay? So if you do have things you want to add, be sure and add it to the bottom of the document, because we're going to go down in order here. So tap where you feel the resistance, and then that's the process. Okay? I'm going to try to bring up the comments to see if anybody has questions. If somebody could see if there's comments that I need, let me see. Oh, here we go. Here's the chat. Cool. I got it. Okay. All right. Very cool. So we're just going to go through this. I do suggest drinking water. If it gets overwhelming, take a break, pause, stand up. Also, you may have memories or other definitions or phrases pop up. If so, add it to the list. Okay, you might have stories that pop up and things that are connected to these words. So the goal here is just to work through this. It's gonna be pretty intense, okay? This is not gonna be like a light process. This is gonna be, we're just gonna dive right in. Okay, so here we go. And be sure and do it at the bottom of it. So if you're writing new ones, all the way down at the bottom if you could. Okay, here we go. So, all right, let's start. We did my debt does not define me. Now we're going to do this. And if it doesn't pertain to you, you can go to the next one, and we're just going to move through it. I enroll high-paying quality clients regardless of my debt. So tap anywhere you feel the resistance while saying that thing, and then align. And be thinking about, I enroll high-paying clients regardless of debt. And smile. If I go too fast, slow down for your own pace. I connect with other thought leaders no matter how much debt I have or what is in my bank account. Smile. The joint ventures and partnerships I form have nothing to do with my current financial situation. Smile. Now, as you're doing this, if you're doing a phrase and you have another thought come in that counters that phrase, you can voice that as well. Okay? So let's say I just did that one and I'm like, that is so not true, or there's no way I could do that, or this seems totally impossible. Those things are stored inside of you, and the reason they're coming out is because we voiced it, we're tapping, and they're now being stimulated by other parts of your body. So it's actually like saying, please get rid of this. Here's some more crap. Please voice this. Please align this. So what you can do is voice it even while you're doing it, and then tap where it feels like it's stuck or where it's coming up at. If you don't feel it physically, then just do it verbally for the first while until you get used to knowing that your body actually can store stuff, okay? So next one. Others can go into debt purchasing my programs, and it will help them change and grow and create what they want. And smile. So again, even if something is like, oh, I don't want that to be true, it's okay. Because whether it's true or not, we're just saying if something is a really negative thing that you don't want to be true, now it won't. If something's really positive you do want to be true, now it will. So we're not reinforcing negative things. You got to get that out of your mind if you're used to other different modalities, okay? We're just eliminating both things simultaneously. Good? All right. Next one. I can ask others, and I do ask others to go into debt in order to create more for their greater good. These are going to be hard for some of you. And smile. And many of you might yawn, cry, have emotions pop up. It's okay. Just keep working through them. It'll all just, it's called releasing, so you're fine. I trust others to fully handle their own debts, financial situations, and know that they are 100% responsible for what they have or don't have. Good. I am not responsible for the debts others have taken on. I trust them to handle their own situations, and I don't have to save them. And smile. Now, as you're doing this, again, if you have resistances or things popping up or getting triggered or this feels uncomfortable or you don't like it, if you stick with it, that'll actually allow you to confront the thing you're avoiding, okay? So here's the thing. When we're doing this, the key is to confront what you avoid. Some people aren't ready for that. They'll hop out. That's totally cool. If you really want to change something in your life, You must be able to confront it, meaning see it, handle it. If you can't see it, you can't change it. But the moment that you observe it and can sit with the pain, the stuff that the resistance, this is why there's so many people who get offended. The only reason you get offended is because you can't sit with your own stuff inside of you. The only reason. After working with thousands of people over the past 7 years, the only reason someone takes offense to anything is if they have something inside of themselves they have not confronted and worked on. If you can do that, you should be in a place where you could hear something, complete opposition to your belief. You could hear something and be okay, hearing that thing, listening to it, and understanding where they come from. Okay? So if you do get offended, I'm going to call you out and say, hey, if you really want to change, you're going to need to confront something eventually. Otherwise, you can continue blaming other people, saying, oh, it's that person, it's the government, it's so-and-so, and that's fine. If you want to live in a state of victimhood, continue that pattern. But if you want to actually change how you show up in your business, in your marriage, in your family life, in your business, in everything, in your health, then this is the first couple steps. You guys making sense? Yeah, following that? Cool. So if you get offended, super cool. That is exactly what you need to do, is work through that. I'm excited if you get offended. It's super, super powerful, but you just got to work through it so then it doesn't happen again, right? All right. I think Aristotle once said it was an intelligent person who could hear something that opposed his or her beliefs and took it on without taking it on themselves. Something like that. My wife's the quoter person, but it's something cool like that. Aristotle, he's a cool dude. All right, moving on. I trust God. Again, if you're offended by the word God, look at that. Like there's some sort of experience in your life. So use universe, use whatever it is, but be okay hearing someone else's opinion. I'm going to use God because that's what I use. But if it doesn't resonate, use a different word. Or use the word because it actually triggers something inside of you that was from the past. It would be really effective to do that. I trust God and people more than money. You could add in, if you're a Buddha believer or whatever, I could do that. I trust Buddha and people, and I'd be okay. Like it's okay. Even if it's not in accordance with my own religious beliefs, I could still say that and be totally okay inside of myself, right? So that's how you want to come out. So I trust God and people more than money. And smile. Good. Moving on. The value I bring is not connected to how much money I have or don't have. It's connected to who I am, how I show up, and how I communicate and serve others. I do suggest voicing it. Some of you can just watch and it's okay, but the moment you voice it, it actually causes more stimulation inside of you because of the resonance. So when you say something, that's why affirmations are good if you use them well. So when you voice something, you're causing all of you to create the words. So it's actually involving all parts of your organs, which will make it more stimulated. So it could be a bad thing if you don't work through it. But since we're working through it, it's ideal to voice it because that'll actually cause more reactions to pop up and you can feel them better and you can align them more consistently. Okay? So then go ahead and align that. If you haven't already, do that one. I've done a lot of these already, but I will still go through them with you because there's always some part of me that still needs to improve. I feel like I have to be out of debt and enrolling $10,000 clients, $20,000 clients, or $30,000 clients consistently to be of worth to other leaders. So it's that feeling of I have to be out of debt and enrolling high-paying clients consistently to be of worth of other leaders. Or if you're not doing high-paying clients, maybe it's a lot of one thing. Maybe I have to feel like I'm out of debt and selling thousands of these things to finally feel of worth and be with other thought leaders. I add value to the most wealthy leaders no matter how much money I make, and I disconnect my value from my finances and stop being a slave to money. That's why I know that when people pay me in full, if they use credit or go into debt, it is wise, spiritually driven, and they are 100% responsible for how they feel and the results they get, and it will be the best investment they've ever made. Good. Here's another little insight. The cool thing about being aligned with these statements, or not addicted or allergic, is let's say one of these you're like, hey, that's cool, but really I wouldn't do it because of how I just want to choose. That's great. But the problem is if you do it out of fear, if you don't do it out of fear, or you're doing it out of an addictive behavior, that's the problem that we're trying to confront here. Okay, so it doesn't mean by aligning these, you're gonna be like, now I'm gonna like do it manipulatively. No, if that comes into your mind, that's a good thing to align because that's based on a past perception of yours. This is to help you be in a state to where if a choice comes to you, you could look at it without having your reactivity choose, and you could say, according to my belief system, I could see that, or maybe it's really dumb, but I don't feel compelled to do it, and I don't feel compelled to run from it either. It's just, I'm gonna choose with all of my power to do it or not to do it. You guys keeping that? Like, I wanna reiterate that because that's very important as you learn this process. It's about choice, okay? And if you feel like it takes away your choice due to past stuff. Yeah? Okay, next one. I know when people did that one. Okay, I am not responsible for others' financial burdens, struggles, or failures, even if they've bought from me with expectations to make more, but haven't yet. That's well, good. I expect people to pay in full, and so it is. All right, let's take a pause here. I just want to see how you guys are doing. What's coming up for you? What are you experiencing? Are you getting worse? Are you getting better? How do you feel? I need some other words from people. I need to hear it so I don't feel I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. All right, Rosa.
I can tell the light, like what I see in the horizon, the light and the color saturation is changing for me. So I'm having a different experience, a different reality right now.
Very cool. Awesome. So having a different reality, new ideas, very cool. Deb says starting to feel better. Sharon, love your singing. Thanks. Rindy, we missed that one about taking responsibility for others' transformation, which is a big deal to me. Yeah.
I feel energy in the back of my head.
Very cool. And do you feel like that's a positive thing?
Yes, it's light resonates from the
Good.
back of my head or top of my head.
Good. Pamela, I'm swirling. Hopefully that's a good thing. Might not be, but take a breath, slow down, drink some water, and then also ask if the swirling happens. I would just ask myself and say, what's this swirling about? and it might be tied to something we've already said that you didn't fully let go or fully acknowledge, or there's another phrase that is tied to that. Vicky, my shoulders are hurting. Good. That means you need to tap that spot and then let go of some of this. And I might say something like, I'm safe and okay. Let's do this one. I'm safe and okay to let go of the burdens and responsibilities from others. I'm safe and okay to let go of the burdens and responsibilities of others that I have taken on, whether conscious or unconscious, including my parents, including my spouse, including my kids, including my clients. Good. Amy, we found some deep triggers the last few years of entrepreneurs. Ha, yes, indeed. Okay, very cool. One more comment and then let's keep moving on. So one more comment, one more aha or awareness or whatever.
I have a big decision coming up today, and this is making it very clear and much easier to make.
Very cool. Yeah. And let's do that. Let's put one in here that says, I make decisions based on inspiration, not off of money, doubt, or fear. Inspiration and knowingness, not out of doubt, fear, or past perceptions. Good. Okay. I have a burning desire to earn more money, and so it happens faster than I thought or felt possible. And smile. Good. Yeah. So a question was, Maria says, I'm feeling dizzy. If you feel dizzy, slow your breath pattern down. Might be because you're not used to so much oxygen going through, or just usually it's slowing down. Drink some water, some electrolytes, and then also you can make sure that something we said or did didn't trigger the dizziness. So you could tap where you feel dizzy, slow down your breath, and just do a couple rounds to get more in a different state. Anne-Marie, should we keep tapping the area the whole time? You tap the areas that you feel the tension, okay? You tap wherever you feel the tension and then constantly are aligning to this. Okay, and yeah, thanks whoever's Anonymous Wolverine for making these more and more. Really appreciate that. I have a burning desire to earn more money, and so it happens faster than, okay, we did that one. My ideas turn into profitable actions that make a ton of money, and my clients and I feel great about it. My ideas turn into profitable actions that make a ton of money, and my clients and I feel great about it. And smile. Yeah, like I said, this one's going to cause some different reactions in people, even if you're used to doing some of the past stuff. People have a lot of identity stuff tied to money. So be okay taking a break, slowing down if we're going too fast. This is stuff I've been used to working on, so I could go all day, like, change this stuff. Some of you might be like, whoa, like, haven't looked at these demons before. So we're like, okay, take your own pace.
Tyler,
Yeah.
someone just asked in the chat, can they tap somewhere else other than over their head?
To do the release, the actual alignment is this. But if you get tired here, you can tap here while going down. So you could, but you have to hit it a little harder than you would here. So it's.
Where I don't see the video, unfortunately, and I can't tell where you do the actions.
And smile.
I see.
So that will usually get the same effect. I like to do it here. It's just a little bit more effective. But if you can't, or your arms get tired, you can always do it on the side of the thumb here, going down. And it's just the same thing as if you're doing this. So 1, out, in, out, in, out, pant, 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 smile. Okay? You don't need to tap when you're smiling, but you can do that. All right. Does that help? Thanks for asking that question. Okay, I used to make money, but I can't anymore because fill in the blank for you. I used to make money, but I can't anymore because I'm too old, I'm too young, I've tried and failed, someone told me I couldn't, someone did this, someone did that, I went bankrupt, I lost everything in 2008, I tried and failed, I bought a program and didn't do it, I had all these successes until I got ego and then I crashed, I got a divorce, fill in the blank. And smile. Or I used to make money, but now I can't because my health is out the crap hole. My child died. Someone passed away. I lost my excitement. Someone cheated on me. Someone betrayed me. Someone hurt me. They stole money from me. So just do it on all those. Whatever ones are for you. I used to make money, but I can't anymore because my ad account got shut down. I had to change. COVID. I lost my job. People don't have any money anymore because it just vanished. And I know if some of these are really hard for you, how I'm saying it might cause a little turmoil in you, but just work through it. It's okay. Like some of these are really deep core things, but just know that you don't have to let it be deep anymore. It can be something, and I've had many of these happen to me, many of them. I've had people betray me, stole money from me, all sorts of stuff, but I don't let that thing define me anymore. It has no effect. And I acknowledge that some part of me allowed that to happen in my life. It was due to my lack of looking at it beforehand. It was due to my not trusting myself. It was due to maybe associating with that type of person. And even though in that state that I used to be, it felt like that was my only option, still, it was some part of me led to that occurring. So as I take full responsibility, then I can shift that thing, then I can change and shift it, right? So any resistance around that, just align it. And smile. Good. Next one is something happened in my life that made it can't have money. We kind of did that one. I don't want to, here we go. I don't want to convince or sell anyone. I just want them to come to me without doing anything. That could be a total addictive cycle that people are like, I don't want to do anything. And it's like, you got to do something. So, Amy, yeah, I was inspired to do something, but it led to chaos or it hurt me. And it was different than what I pictured up. And it was a letdown, something around that. And smile. Good. The thought of, I have money blocks. Let's do that. I have money blocks. and smile. The thought of money blocks is very interesting. It's like saying, I have Legos. Like, I have money blocks. It's like, what does that even mean? Like, what is a money block? Like, we all talk about all these money blocks, but it's like, what does that mean? It's so vague, it's not even real. It's like, we like to blame, we label it to hopefully give us some hope of handling something. So we're like, I must have a money block. But the reality is that it's not a money block, it's just something that is going on inside of you that's keeping you from seeing something, which you could label it as a money block, but they're so vague. So be sure and work through that. Also, let's just do it on I have action blocks or I have blocks, period. And smile. Good. The other one is I have to know exactly why and what my blocks are in order to remove them. I can't move forward until I know exactly why I have the block and how to remove it. Smile. Last year I did a program for $65,000 and it was about 4 to 6 hours a day for a year, finding blocks. And at the end, I realized I still have blocks. So it was like, maybe I should just stop believing that I have blocks that stop me and just do what it takes. And that was worth the whole program, just to come to the conclusion, why am I working on all these blocks? Like, this is so crazy. Like, why don't I just go do what I need to do, right? So awareness can help. Next one is, if I don't understand everything, I can't move forward. I have to understand everything before moving forward. I have to understand everything before moving forward. Good. Next one is I'm not safe because I've tried and failed, and if I try again, it hurts and represents pain to me, and I'd rather not do anything to avoid the pain. Good. I just expect money to come to me without doing anything because I feel entitled, I'm tired, and I've worked so hard, and I do everything I'm supposed to. So it should just work out. And smile. Good. I just expect money to come to me. Okay, we did that one. I can't seem to get out of where I'm at. I don't know the answers, and it's too hard. That's supposed to be drowning. I feel like I'm drawing. Drowning. There we go. I feel like I'm drowning, and no matter what I do, everything doesn't work, and I'm struggling. And smile. Good. I don't want to ask people to pay for my services because I am a slave to money and I don't trust in a higher power to provide. Some of these are going to get triggered for you guys. Just saying. I claim I'm a spiritual person and trust in my higher power, but I'm still broke. So I'm actually a slave to money, and I don't trust or have faith in God. I'll give some context to that in a second.
Tyler, did you just make that up? Because I don't see that on the paper.
I totally made that one up based on the feelings I felt in the group.
Okay. Can you repeat that for me, please?
I hope I can. Something to the effect of, I feel like I'm a spiritual person, but I'm broke. So I'm a slave to money and I don't trust or have faith fully in God or my higher power. Now, the feeling of that, this is one I had to work on, was because I had to really analyze what faith meant to me. And as if I really trusted and had real faith, and I thought of, I'm going to go a little bit spiritual here, Bible context. I thought of, I think it was Peter, who was like, oh no, I got to pay taxes. And then Jesus was like, go catch a fish. And he literally caught a fish and it was in the mouth. And I was like, huh, how could, he just told him to go get a fish and there's money. So often I get caught up like, how do I make the money? How do I make the money? Because I'm not trusting in inspiration in my higher power. Like the money's everywhere. But the problem is if I think I'm trusting, I think I'm having faith, when I'm actually following fear, when I'm actually following my doubts. And that I realized for me that I was such a victim to money. I was a slave to money because when an opportunity came my way, I decided not to do it because of money. And if something I needed was there, I would look at my money before I would look at my higher power. And I realized that there's a lot of arguments you could go to that. But for me, my experience as I've done this is when things are not working out financially, it's when I'm not in tune to my inspiration, my higher power. And I'm not really trusting. And what I think is trust is masked by fear and doubt and uncertainty. So that's why I threw that in there, because it's a really powerful thing. If you can actually come to your own awareness on that, you'll have so much more liberation and you won't be having money problems. You'll just be living in the moment and doing the things you need to do, and stuff happens like a fish with its mouth. Oh, there's the money. And instead of doing it, and the other thought is, let's do this one. I only just get by and I do what it takes to just have enough, but I can't have more than enough. Nothing ever seems to work out. Good. Feline says, I feel tingling. What does that mean? Tingling could be a positive or negative thing. It just depends. Sometimes it's doing so much breath work, you can start to tingle. Sometimes it's like you got to move around and adjust your spine or something because stuff's moving. Other times it's just stuff's coming up and releasing, right? Tingling comes usually through your nerves that are sending the pulses, or the blood flow is increasing. So we're increasing a lot of blood flow, and also we're doing a lot of stuff on our nervous system. So you might feel tingling. If it has meaning to it, you could just ask, do I need to address this? Tap on where it feels it and then align it if it's got some sort of meaning tied to it. Otherwise, it's just like a release, right? Or you might need a drink. So one of those. Okay, next one. I don't want to ask people to pay for my services because I'm a slave to money and I don't trust a higher power to provide for them. Good. All right, next one. Manipulative people take advantage of me financially. So the less I have, the less pain I'll experience. And smile. Be sure and smile at the end. It's important. I trust in money more than God, and this is why I worry things aren't working out. Good. I think we hit on that one. I don't deserve, I'm not worthy, deserving, or capable to be a millionaire. There's too much responsibility, and I might get in trouble. Good. I don't deserve to make great money on a daily basis. It's only a hit and miss because that's all I'm worth it. That's all I'm worth. We're going to take a little break here in a second, so just keep going. You're doing good. Okay, stand up, shake it off, all the stuff that you're doing right now. Oh, yeah. Okay, now let's get some more feedback. I need some other voices. I've heard my voice too much. It's amazing, but I need some others. What are you guys getting out of this? What are you experiencing? What are you feeling?
Please sing again, Mr. Tyler.
Sing again.
It's complete energy. I feel complete, pure flow and energy.
Very cool. So moving through things, having energy. Good. What else are you guys experiencing? Let's get some more feedback. A lot of heat. Mary, yeah, that's a good release. Heather, I have big things. I know I have big things to accomplish in my life, and I'm still feeling hesitant to move forward. So yeah, Heather, so let's do that. One of them, we'll do that in a second. Maritza, you hit the nail on the head. Amy, actually finding the wounds that need to be healed. Very cool. Very, very amazing. Martha, headache. Interesting. Yeah. So if you have a headache, tap the place where you feel it. Anywhere you feel the head. Pain is interesting. Pain's an interesting thing. So pain is an interpretation of the brain and the body. So when we feel pain, most pain in the planet is from the source is a disconnection. 95% of, so it's like 5 to 10% of somebody actually experiences real pain. All the other pain, 95 to 90%, is avoidance of that pain. So what happens is when we get close to a pain, it re-stimulates past pains, which makes us avoid it because it hurts. We don't want to have pain in people's lives. So the moment we get close to a pain, headaches occur, tension happens, you feel like you're going to throw up, all this sick stuff comes up, which is actually a good sign. It shows you're getting to the things that you need to get through. But most people say, oh no, I feel pain, so I must stop. It must be bad because pain is bad. But what if we labeled it as, what if I was okay with pain? What if I didn't have to run from pain anymore? What if I could be in pain without experiencing pain? That's crazy. So if I can be in that state, then when something really does happen that's painful and a disconnect occurs, instead of running from it, I observe it. I understand it. And when I understand it and observe it, the pain dissipates and goes away. So what we're doing, yes, we're neutralizing all of these experiences, but what's also occurring is as we go through this, we're experiencing releases, we're experiencing pains, we're experiencing joys, we're experiencing all sorts of stuff. Some of you might be so numb you're not experiencing nothing. And so what you're going through is whatever you need to go through. And as you continue to work through this, if something is opposition in your head, that needs to be voiced and worked on. If a symptom pops up, that's an indicator that needs to be addressed. So don't just keep pushing through ignoring it, address it. And if your head's hurting, you can just say, okay, you can tap it, slow down your breaths, make sure you're hydrated, and tap the pain, tune into it, like feel it, really go there. And then where did it go? And you'll find that it moves, and it's moving until it's dissipated. So it's really powerful stuff, okay?
How about numbness?
Numbness, like physical numbness or emotional or mental?
Physical numbness. I feel my right hand is numb.
Right hand is numb? Yeah, so one might be you're not used to the action of moving, like in all the breath work is making your blood flow go. And if you do have like tension, usually tingling in hands is the source is right here in this plexus, nerve plexus here. So you can tap here, and I would like do a open hand like this while opening your hand like this. And just breathe while doing it nice and slow. And then any feelings you have there, voice them. Usually shoulders, right shoulder. I don't like to put interpretations on things for people unless I'm asking them questions, but it could be something of like, I feel stuck in moving forward and creating what I want in the future. Like a lot of times right deals with that, or I'm numb to my future momentum that I'm trying to attain. I feel stuck or severed off what I want to create because of my past. Like all sorts of weird thoughts can be tied into our bodies. So you might work through some of those things. Does that help a little? Okay.
I'll work on it. Thank you.
Yeah. And if you just ask your body knows. So you'd be like, hey body, what is going on? Why is this tingling? Why is this numb? Do I need to address this? And then if it's like, I don't know. Well, you could tap the tingling and then align. You could then check for any emotions that you feel there, any negative thoughts, and align. And you'll find it'll start to open up. Because the only reason somebody's really tight physically is due to something that they've interpreted and stored there. So you could get a massage and it would release it, but if you don't address the things and align, it'll just clamp back down and it'll happen. You'll get rheumatoid arthritis because you haven't been moving forward in your life. You've been trying to force things. You've been sticking bone on bone and it's like grinding feeling. All those things have real emotional stuff tied to them. And once you release them, the symptoms go away. Cool.
Tyler,
Yeah.
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So I was releasing and my money circumstances changed when I became a single mom. And my son has autism. So as I was releasing, I was focusing the statements back to me with that. And then all of a sudden my son's had an autism spiral, an overwhelm.
Just
over not being able to find.
like
Yeah,
that.
while we were doing it. So
Yeah.
then I had to stop and go help him. And that's like the epitome of my challenges of stopping what I'm doing to go help him. So how do I address that?
Yeah. So first off, there's two things. Number one, do you believe that you could be contributing to that spasming that he's having?
I was in a totally different room. So, I mean, energetically, maybe, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so here's the thing. If you have an addictive thought inside of you, like let's say there's an addiction that says, I always get interrupted when I start to grow. If that's an addictive thing inside of someone, by like universal law, weird stuff will happen. I was totally working on my dad, and he has that cycle where he doesn't work on himself, and as soon as he does, something else hops up. And I was like, okay, no distractions, right? We're gonna work on you. And he's like, yes. An hour in, rain started coming, like a lady broke down her tire, and she was outside of his clinic, and he's like, he literally gets up and walks out, and he's like, I gotta go help her. And I was like, wow. Things will happen. And I was like, as wrong and mean as it might sound, I literally told him, I was like, next time we're gonna lock you in a room, shut you in the blinders, and I don't care if like all hell is breaking loose. Just keep working on yourself, because it will, until you address that piece inside of you that's causing these things to occur in your life. So I would first work on yourself around that, of saying, I can work on myself and progress regardless of my past distractions or even my son's autistic relapses. That would be the first thing I would do. Second thing is you can actually help. How old's your son?
He's 10.
10. 10's a great age. This technique works really great for autistic stuff. So what you can do is, if he sees you doing this technique, like I do it on my 4-year-old and 2-year-old, and they know when something comes up, they can totally change it at that age, like, because I've taught them. So you can start teaching your son first, go first, and then as he gets improvement, you can actually just start really simple, tapping on him, having him state a few things, even if he's going into an autistic crazy thing, just literally tap in and breathe for him and say it out loud. And as you do that, his body will start getting used to being, instead of fighting or flighting, which is a very autistic state of being, it's like all on or all off. And so teaching them can actually help them release and help them be in a state of peace, which will then help you. But first, work on you, then by example, help and work on other people. Okay?
Thank you.
That would be my suggestion. Yeah, good question. Let's keep going through. I don't want to get into too much coaching right here, but I just wanted to help you on that. Okay? All right. Let's move on. We've got a few more statements here. So where were we? I don't deserve to be paid. Okay. I don't deserve to be paid for what I love doing. Money isn't safe. Having it is terrifying. And smile. Good. I am not worthy of money. Having money makes life complicated and I can't handle it because it gets out of control and bad things happen. And smile. If I have or make lots of money, other people will feel less than and bad about themselves. Good. If I make money, I will have to pay taxes and buy health insurance, and it feels scary and unsafe. And I'll get thrown in jail for something I did wrong. Good. Now, as you're tuning in, some of you will have like stuff on the right side a lot, because when you let go of things and you align, you'll want to be doing things. So we're actually just going to do some stuff for the right side of you to just tune in to being okay moving forward. So I'm going to do a couple phrases here. One is, I am capable and okay doing things that I love to get the results I want. And then tap anywhere on your right side or tension. And smile. Next one is, no matter how many times I've failed with my vision, I can create a new, powerful, real vision that I move forward with. I can move forward concerning my new vision, no matter how many times I failed or left it in the past. Good. Next one is, doing more does not mean I have to stress and sacrifice my health. Doing more to get results does not mean I have to sacrifice my health, family, or time. Good. All right. I'm afraid I'm going to lose all the money I make. If I make money, I can no longer live as a victim. If I make money, I can no longer live as a victim, and I'm afraid I'm going to lose all the money I make, because having lots of money makes me selfish and unkind. We're going to sum all those up. Good. Having a lot of money, let's see, oops. I'm afraid of the power money gives me. If I make too much money, I'm going to be conceited, selfish, and hurt others. Good. Oh, wow, you guys made a big list. This is good stuff. I have jealousy and hate. Money causes betrayal, and I spend it, and it flows out of my pocket because I always get cheated, and it from money that's designated for me. I have jealousy and hate. Money causes betrayal. I spend it fast and it flows too quickly out of my pocket, and I always get cheated from the money that's designated for me. Good. I always get cheated. Good. I cannot save. Good. I can't save money, and I don't know how or if I can actually do this because money is my nemesis. I hate it, and I don't want it. Good. everything I know belongs to someone else. I don't know how I can make it or sell. I don't know how I can make it my own to sell. Everything I know belongs to someone else. I have to create something new, and I don't know how I can make it on my own to sell. Good. Okay. All right. We're coming up to the last couple ones. So I want us to rate real quick. Think about making money. Think about where you're going. Think about what you want to create. Think about your actions that you need to take action on. I want you to really embody that for a minute. Think about moving forward with your goals. Think about what you want. I want you to see it in your mind's eye. So whatever goal it is regarding money, I want you to see it and visualize it for a moment. Now rate yourself 0 to 10, 10 being the most resistance, feeling like, oh, this is so impossible. There's no way I'm going to create this. 0 being none at all. Where would you rate yourself now? Kurt, 1, Bam Bam, 0, boom. Sharon, 7, down from a 10, good. So down from a 10. Good, 2, 5, 2, 6. Cool, 5. Those who are still really high, when you visualize your goal, when you see it, now you're gonna need to come up with phrases. Mute everybody. There we go. You're gonna come up with phrases and ask yourself, why is it at a 6? Why is it at a 7? What else is still there? What's the resistance? And if you look for it, you'll find it. If you ask, you will find. Knock and you'll find. Ask and it'll be given to you. So if you don't ask and you think, I can't find it, I don't know, you're right. You don't know and you won't find it. But if you give yourself permission to say, hey, why is this still a thing? And another thing could be, give yourself permission to get it down to a 0, to where there's no more resistance. Meaning you could literally say, and do this one, I give myself permission to be at a 0 resistance towards this goal. It's okay for me to actually do that. And smile. Another one to say is, I don't need the resistance to define my identity anymore. I can create a new identity without resistance towards my goal. And smile. Good. Pamela. So another one is, I can't not have resistance until I see the proof. Otherwise, I'll continue to resist it. Fighting the urge to go fetal in the corner. Yeah, it's because we're actually hitting some of the things that are going to make you do the things and kill off your old identity. So here's the crazy thing. The only reason you wouldn't go get your goal is if you didn't address something here. So address it and then go do that thing. Look for the first step you need to take to get one step closer to your goal. So if it's going out and selling something, make sure you know logically, okay, do I need to communicate? Who do I need to call? Do I need to package something? Do I need to phrase it? Do I need to practice it? And then go do that thing. So if you still have resistance towards your big goal, it's an accumulation of all the resistance to your steps getting there. Let me repeat that. If you still have resistance on your goal, it's due to an accumulation of all the resistance around the steps to get there. So what does that mean? It means that you might work on the big goal, but also you need to align to the steps towards the goal so that you could say, I don't resist this step now. Maybe it's go get on a podcast. Maybe it's go reach out to some high achievers. Maybe it's go call 30 people this week. Maybe it's go get rejected lots of times. Maybe it's work on yourself some more. Maybe it's go package your program. Maybe it's go make 10 new sale offers today. Maybe it's go network. Maybe it's get into another program. Maybe it's go buy something that you need to buy to learn something new. Maybe it's go get plugged into somebody else so that you have a new energy. Maybe it's get plugged into me because I have different energy. Maybe you don't know. So whatever you align to, be open to doing things and working on the resistance of the doingness. Yeah? Okay. All right. We're going to do a couple more, and then I'm going to wrap this session up. And I do have a thing that I want to share with you guys. I've got the challenge ready for at least like 70% of it. So I'm going to do a 10-day challenge that I'll share with you here in a minute, and I'll give you the link that you can join it. It'll be super cool. So let's just work through a couple more of these, and then I'll get you that link. You're the first people that'll get the link, so I'm excited. So you'll be the first to join the 10-day challenge, and I'll tell you more about it. All right. I'm too stupid. Let's do I'm permanently stuck no matter what I do or whose system I use when it comes to money, because I need someone else to save me from my money problems. I need God, a coach, or someone else to save me from my money problems. I can't do it myself. I need help. Now, aligning to that statement doesn't mean you're not going to trust in a coach or God. It means you're not addicted to them thinking, save me, save me, save me. I'm not going to do anything. It means you'll be in a state where I'm going to do everything I can while trusting in coaches or God, but ultimately trusting in my knowingness of what I am hearing from them. Because you get so much information. We're in an information overload today. It's not about knowing how to do it. I could literally teach anybody here how to go create 6 to 7 figures over the next 3 to 6 months. But if I just told you, 99% of you wouldn't do it because of what it takes to do it. It's going to require effort. You're going to have to confront like everything. You're going to work through stuff, and it's going to be difficult for many people. So it's not about information. You could literally go Google it, and it could tell you, here's how to make 6 figures. Here's how to do 7 figures. Easy, easy peasy. But it's not the information, it's the application of the information that's important. That's the key. So let's do this. I can't apply what I know in order to get what I want in life. I can't apply what I know in order to get what I want in life. And smile. Good. I overgive. I tie my value to how much I give without accepting anything in return. And I don't like being sad about money. If you guys are still doing this, I'm impressed. This is a lot of working through stuff. You guys are a weird breed of people. You're the crazies of the crazies. And smile. Okay, first off, I want to just say you guys are like crushing it out. This is not normal. This is not easy to do. And to just work through, I mean, we've been doing this for like an hour and a half. You guys have literally been working through this stuff. So kudos, way to go. That's a lot of confronting. You just confronted a lot more today than you probably in a week, or some of you in a year. So way to go. It's awesome job. Some of you, this is just next level. You're like, sweet, so ready for this. Awesome. Wherever you're at, don't compare to other people, right? It's just like, cool, wherever you're at, that's where you're at. So first off, like kudos for doing that. I know what it takes to do that. It's not easy. And a lot of people continue to struggle blaming outside things. That's easy. Anybody can do that. But this takes a true caliber person to confront and to see what you want and to let go of things and to align. So I just want to thank you guys, seriously. Like, thank you for taking the time doing this. Thank you for working on this. And it really does make a difference. And I know that if you can go make a difference in your life, it'll affect your kids, it'll affect your clients, it'll affect your family. And that to me makes all the difference, because I believe we need to make more changes now more than ever with all the weird stuff going on today, that we're sitting here changing ourselves. We could dwell on the past. I think the best way to honor the past is to change the present. And you guys are doing that right now, which to me is amazing. So way to go for honoring the past by changing the present so that we can have a better future. Very, very powerful. Okay. So I would love a little bit of feedback. And then if you guys are cool with it, I'd love to share you about this new challenge that I'm rolling out. If you guys want to be on part of it for 10 days, it's going to be super fun. So let's get some feedback. What else did you experience through this?
Relief, relief, relief
Very
is a big one I experienced.
Relief. Awesome. What else? Let's get some more feedback. What else do you guys get?
A new level of awareness.
New level of awareness. Very cool.
I feel like I have a lot more energy. And this morning I was a little bummed out, and then I happened to see your session online.
Very good. More energy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like I have a lot of breathing room around money now.
Oh, very good. Yeah, so like to be able to breathe. Very good. What else?
Just want to say thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Okay, so is it okay if I share with you guys about a 10-day challenge? This is the first 10-day challenge I've done around like this stuff. Is it okay if I share a little bit about that? Is that cool? You guys cool if we transition into me sharing and making an offer of a very small, it's like $100. So it's like nothing. So is that okay? Okay, cool. All right. I've been waiting to like figure out a way how to take people on a journey from A to Z over 10 days to get them to experience transformation. And I've been really looking at the best way to do that. And we've done lots of challenges. I've been through lots of challenges, like a 10-day challenge or whatever in the past. And I thought, what would be really cool is if we had 10 days to go from the first 4 days. Let me actually share my thing with you. And here's the link for all of the stuff. I'm going to send you the link so you can look at it. I don't have an awesome landing page. It's literally just like the order form with a couple details. I'm going to get like a whole sales page and all the descriptions and stuff. So this is the first rolling out of it today. So here it is. It's in the form there. So you can, I just put it in the chat box. Here's what it looks like. And I'm going to share my screen with you to go over some of the pieces here. So in this, it's 10 days. The first 4 days, so that it's called, can you guys see my screen okay? Can you guys see this on my screen? Am I sharing? Yeah, okay. So this is called Find Your Unstoppable 10-Day Challenge. And the point of it is, by the time you're done, here's the outcome. After completing the challenge, you'll have a revolutionary new perspective on your own ability to be truly unstoppable. Plus, you're going to have new tools, techniques, skills, and habits, because habits are important. We fight the habits that are going to get us the results, but just doing the habit doesn't help if you don't take time to change your past patterns. So I wanted to do something that was focused on habits, but also changing past patterns that keep us from those habits. So you can create your ideal life, and you'll have some of the most powerful processes to grow your results from here on out. Plus, you're going to have a lot of accountability. I'm going to be there coaching you for 10 days. So imagine getting a boost for 10 days where wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, you can create this momentum. And I don't know about you, but have you ever gotten stuck, and then to get unstuck takes a little bit more effort? It's like the boulder gets stuck. Pushing it, once you start going though, you get that momentum. So this challenge is meant to build momentum, to help you wherever you're at, stuck, to get unstuck and start moving forward progressively. Okay, so whether it's in business, health, relationships, the goal is to pinpoint what you want to help and get momentum in that area. Cool? So the first 4 days is called Drop the Struggle. And in this, what we're going to do is over the course of 4 days, I'm going to be teaching whether it's 20 minutes to an hour a day. For the first 4 days, we're focused on pinpointing the key things that are keeping us in that struggle phase. And maybe that struggle phase is just sacrificing your family. Maybe you're already crushing it in your business, but you're not really fulfilled. That would be the struggle. Maybe your health is being sacrificed. Maybe you're just feeling like blah, like, man, I'm just not motivated. That would be labeled struggle. So our goal would be to change that so that you can drop the struggle. The next day, once you drop the struggle, the key there is the next 3 days is to achieve balanced abundance. Because once you drop something, the problem happens. So think of it as a teeter-totter, okay? Or a balance, a scale. If you remove something, what happens to the scale? Something changes, right? So the goal is once you release the struggle, which is the addictive behavior, hopefully the allergy might start to pop up. So it's going to be like, I let go of the struggle, of the addiction, but now the allergy is going to be really strong and you're going to have some compulsion to do something else, to sabotage. So what we did is the next 3 days, we're going to balance you. So it's, you let go of this thing. Now you're going to be in a state of balance so it doesn't throw off something else in your life. So that next 3 days is focused on hitting the balance. Like, what have we been sacrificing to try to attain our goals? Once you're in a state of more balance, then you're ready to come alive. And the last 3 days is focused on momentum, coming alive, experiencing what you need to do. So it's focused on finding your action steps, going and doing those action steps. And the last 3 days are going to be result driven. So it's going to be super cool because it's going to be whatever goal you're working on, the goal is to get really close or nail that goal within the span of these 10 days. So that's going to be the challenge. It'll be held on Facebook. So we're going to be doing it on Facebook. I'll be recording them. I'll have a group in Facebook. And the date that we're going to launch this is here. Let me pull it up. We're going to do this. I believe we got it scheduled for the 28th of September. Okay. So we're going to do it on the 28th of September. It's going to be 10 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we'll end it on a Wednesday. Sunday is going to be like a break day. So you'll have a time to like ask questions, rejuvenate, catch up. And so it'll be really, really powerful. 10 days to get to become unstoppable. And I'm going to be teaching. I'll have some pre-videos that you'll watch before getting into it to learn some of the alignment technique and some different things that you'll need to do to get ready for the challenge. Then once you join the challenge, you'll be notified to, and I think people are chatting here, let me see. September 28th is the start date. The session's scheduled to take place. The sessions will be at different times. So I'm gonna do them at different times to tailor to different people. Sometimes we'll do it in the morning, sometimes it'll be at night, sometimes it'll be in the middle of the day. So I'll have a schedule that'll say, here's when we're doing them, so that it's not just one time every day. That way you'll get the recordings if you can't make one day, and you'll be live when you can. And that way we can really tailor it to make sure everybody hits it. Cool? So the times will be varying. Will you be limited to a specific goal? I'm going to suggest picking one goal. Yes, it's 10 days. So the goal is hyper focus, okay? And I'll have this in the pre-videos and everything, but the goal is one thing. Because if you can get one thing, then I will feel like we've gotten somewhere. If you can progress towards that one thing. Now, if your goal is to make $1 million in 10 days and you've never made even 100,000, it's probably not a realistic goal to do. So I'm going to share with you in the video of what kind of goals to set, what type of things to work toward, and maybe it's to make $1 million over the next year. That's a good goal, but then we're going to say, okay, over the next 10 days, what's your micro goal? So it's like a short-term goal that you've been struggling with, and whether it's health, relationships, money, and really go at it. Can we do it at our own pace, or needs to be consecutively? Yeah, it'll be up for 10 days. We'll do it for 10 days solid, and I'll keep it open for either 15 to 20 days so that you can catch up. Because I know some of you, I'm busy. When I do different challenges, I never finish the videos. So I'm going to keep it open for like an extended time so that you can make sure you go through it, because the goal is results. And if you guys get results, you're the first people to go through this. My goal is to give it to you really cheap, so 97 bucks. You're going to be my launch group. So for you guys, this will be like, you get me all the time. You're going to help me craft this. You're going to, like, anything you need, I'm going to over deliver to really make this work really well. Okay. So you can do it at your own pace. If you miss a day or two, there'll be a catch-up day and then days to catch up after. But don't let your mind think that, because sometimes we postpone due to our allergies to postpone our results. So just make sure that it's legit excuses and not pushing away the actual doing this, because I know how that is too, right? Cool. So that's the Unstoppable 10-Day Challenge. It'll be in Facebook, it'll be recorded, and we're gonna go through, you'll have some videos to watch beforehand. The total value of what you're gonna go through really depends on what you're using it for. I lowballed it. The total value is well over 2,144 bucks. I'm gonna be spending over 10 hours teaching you guys. So you're gonna get a ton of time with me, which is gonna be super fun. And so you're gonna get to ask questions, pinpoint things. And if you've already done my programs, this will be great for you, because it'll be really refining everything you know to go to the next level. If you're brand new to the programs, this will be a perfect place to start so that you can start to get momentum. So I've made it to where anybody can do it, whether you're beginning or advanced, and that way you can go through this challenge. As the 10-day challenge all around the abundance alignment technique, you will do alignments every day around different subjects. We will be doing some alignments, yes, but it's not just around alignments. So the first part's drop the struggle. So there's some things that I have to teach to pinpoint it and then to actually make a shift. So we're going to dive into masculine, feminine energy. We're going to dive into why we are off balance. We're going to dive into why we're struggling. And we're going to dive into allergies and addictions. We're going to dive into the abundance alignment technique. We're going to dive into methods and other techniques to come alive. Okay, and how to do that. Also goal setting. So it's a mix between skills and tools and transformation all in one challenge. Does that help a little answer that question there? Okay, so yeah, so the value on I don't have any email sequences set up yet. So as soon as you register, here's the link. You literally go to this form, fill it out, and you just get a thank you page that says thanks for registering. And I'll be getting you emails within the next week, okay, about all the details, all the pre-videos that you'll be put in the group. I'm really trying to make this amazing. So I'm putting in a lot of time and energy to build the community in this. And I'm looking to have about 50 people in this. So it'll be 30 to 50 people. And you guys can be some of the first. I already have 25 who wanted it in my Facebook group. And then I'll be making an offer to my email list, which is over 10,000 people. So it'll be filled up pretty fast. So I suggest if you do want to get part of this and you want to be part of the first launch, then this will be where it's at. So it's 97 bucks. I think it's a great value, especially if you're going to work on yourself, be committed. Who is it not for? This isn't for you if you're not going to take time to do the work. Okay? I know that might sound lame, but if you're just going to sign up for this, hoping that you're going to get a transformation just by signing up, that's not it. You got to dedicate to go through the 10 days. It's not 20 days. It's not 30 days. It's just 10 days. I wanted to make something hyper-focused that you could do in a very short amount of time. And instead of having to go spend thousands and thousands of dollars on different programs, which are also great, you could get a little bit of a boost and then move to the next level if you want to master things, right? This is not going to master it, but this will get you that one momentum, confronting what you're avoiding, calling you out on that thing, helping you see what you're missing, and then moving forward afterwards. There will be homework and practices after each day's video, yes. The homework and practices, so I might be doing a 20-minute to an hour video, 10, it'll vary on the days. Some of it I'll need to teach, so that might be a little bit longer. And then the homeworks will be a little less if the videos are longer. My goal is not to make the homework hours and hours and hours of work. I want it doable that you could do even doing your busy schedules so that you can just get the momentum and live in a state of alignment amidst your busyness. Cool? Any questions about this? I'm just curious, who's going to join me on the challenge? Yeah, Debbie, Lewis, Sharon, sweet. Mary seems exciting. Martha, sweet. Okay. Rindy, boom, see you there.
I'm going to join Tyler.
Boom. That'll be fun. Already done. Misha's like, done, signed up. Very good. Oh, awesome. I'll let you know. All of the micro details will be in emails, and I'll be sure to put everybody in the Facebook group. We'll add you up. And then, yeah, you have through the day to sign up for sure. Will this energy work open up other areas of our lives, not just our finances? Anna Marie, like from today or from this challenge?
From the challenge and from today.
Yeah, from today, absolutely. Working on money changes everything. But the challenge is not just focused on money. The challenge is focused on picking the thing that is stopping you in your life. It might be health, might be relationships, might be money. And so the goal is to get whatever XYZ white label thing that you want to create and get unstuck and momentum to the next thing. So it's going to be really result driven. So let's say somebody's just hesitating in their business, then it might be money, but it actually might be a relationship. That's part of the program, is to help. The challenge is to help you figure out, is it really that I need to focus on the thing I think I want, or is it some underlying thing that's holding me back from that thing? For example, you could have an entrepreneur who's stuck in business, but it's actually not anything to do with money. It's everything to do with their relationship to who they live with, right? Or their health. So then once they address that, it gets them closer to the goal that they actually want financially.
Thank you. That sounds excellent.
Yeah. Is this going to be available outside the Facebook group for those who are not on Facebook much? Monica, so I'll be doing them in the Facebook group, and you'll be posting your homework in the Facebook group. So it's going to be a Facebook group challenge. I will be sending the emails to you. So theoretically, you could not post on the Facebook group, but it might be a little less fun because you want community, you want the help, you want the support, but you will get emails. And if you ban Facebook, like you're like, I would say align. There's some resistance there. But then also, if you just wanted to get here's the video and here's the to-do, you could do that. It's just, I'm not going to post it for you in the Facebook group, right? So you would need to post your assignments in the group. Cool. All right. Well, thanks so much, guys. Today's been super fun. Yeah, if you want to share this with other people, feel free to do so. I'm going to be marketing this pretty soon, like next week. So if you have friends or family or downlines or team members, you can totally tell them about it. This recording will be on the Facebook group in the Abundance Alignment Technique. And so I might clip this last part here to describe the video, to describe some of the challenge, and I'll tie it to the link here so that if you want to share it with somebody, you can take the little video that I just did here and the link and they could sign up. And then, yeah, it'll be super cool. So it'll be awesome. I'm excited anyway, and it looks like everybody else is too. So, cool. Yeah. So if you don't have a lot of time to do homework, that's your concern, then just go at your own pace. I'm going to try to make it to where it's not a ton of doing this. Now, however busy you are though, if that thing you want is the thing that's stuck, I suggest even if the homework took an hour, if it got you further to the goal, then it would be worth it, right? Time is such a limiting thing in our minds of how much is this going to take? But we have to realize what we want is actually costing us time by not attaining that thing. So we struggle not attaining that thing, doing everything with the time that we have. And in my opinion, it's more important to pull over, take time to align. Like this took 2 hours to work through. But by doing this, it's going to get you faster to your goal than if you just tried it by yourself. So the homework isn't meant to just be homework, like check it off. It's meant to go get the goal. So it shouldn't take away anything. It should actually give you more time. All the assignments are meant to free up your time and free up the ability to create in a shorter amount of time. Hence this whole technique, right? So I would definitely align the feeling around time, because that's a big one that people get stuck on is I don't have the time, and then they go buy all these programs to go get results outside of them without taking the time to work on themselves. The more time I spend working on myself, the faster my results work for me. And that's what I live by. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Kozan says, what's the meaning behind your necklace? This represents freedom to me. I got it in Hawaii. And yeah, it's something special. It represents me being free and attaining my goals and just doing what I want and creating what I desire. Okay, thanks guys so much. I really appreciate you. Thanks for working on yourself. If you decide to go on the journey with me, it'd be super fun. And if you want to share it, here's the link one more time. You can share it with people. And then I'll get this recording posted on the Facebook group, hopefully today. Today's my date day after this, so we'll see how much I get done. And then I will post I'll get all the details really well done next week, so you'll have it all and it'll be super cool. All right, thanks guys so much. Really appreciate you, and we'll see you next week or whenever we do something live. So cool.